Hey everyone, this is Brian at Spinning Meatballs, and I've got a good video for you tonight. Been thinking about it for a long time, but the timing's been wrong, and I really didn't know how to work it into everything. But some recent videos came up, so if you do follow Toyota and maintenance and everything, you're probably following the Car Care Nut and listening to AMD and David from Automotive Press, and a recent video from the Car Wizard. So these things came up and really put in light something that's missing out of all of the things to do with your car to keep it for a long time and keep the value of the car and increase the value. So this evening what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little way to document the maintenance. We do all this great work on our cars, we love them, we want to keep them forever. But if we do want to trade them in, we can make them much more valuable to a prospective buyer or even the dealer when you go to trade it in. Oh, and if you stick around to the end, I found a bug while making this video that you need to know about. So let me know what you think. First thing is you can see that I'm on a Mac. If you have a PC, it's probably not going to be an issue. But what I found this week the hard way is that Safari no longer works with the Toyota website. It just hangs up and does some strange things. So I have Google Chrome on my Mac, and I went through the Google Chrome site, and that seems to be getting rid of all the issues, as well as Firefox is probably the same thing, probably will work for you. But the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go over to Toyota's website. So you can go in here and do a toyota.com. And you'll see this little figure guy over here on the right side, and you want to click on this, and you have two options here, one to sign in or another to create an account. If you haven't done it, create an account, because this is how you log your maintenance into the Toyota system. So I've already done this. I'm going to go here and hit sign in and put my credentials in here. All right, when you do that, you're gonna see that you get a bunch of other options that open up. So if I click over here, I got, now it becomes my vehicle dashboard. I can manage my payments, schedule service, and manage my accounts. And if I'm looking for a dealership in the area, I can hit put a zip code in here, and it gives me the dealerships in the area. So let's go to the vehicle dashboard. And you'll see right away it has all I already entered my VIN number for my car, and it has all the information on my car. So the thing that I really want to show you is that there's so many different options that come up here. The first one here is you can schedule maintenance. You have a status of your Toyota Care. I don't use it, but it's still active on my vehicle. The status of my connected services, which I do not want Toyota to have, and my local dealership, which this dealership is fantastic. So I hate dealerships, but I will tell you that the service department was fantastic here whenever I've needed them, and their sales guy at the time was fantastic as well. But if you needed a good dealership, there's a good one right there I recommend. So the other thing that you can do is you can add a VIN number to this. So if I want to go over here and add a new VIN number, which I'm going to do here in a little bit, is I'm going to put another car on here that is my Toyota Prius, and I'm going to enter all that information. So let me get out of there. There's also some see, if you go over here, we can see that we have the service history. We can look at any safety or recalls on my VIN number. So right now there are no recalls on my my VIN number, which is kind of neat to see that. And then if you have connected care services hooked up, you can see the where'd it go? Here. You can see if I have any warning lights on, it'll tell you if there's any warning lights on my vehicle. It actually shows up in here, which is kind of scary. But here it gives you a lot of information about the warning lights. But then finally, what we want to go and show you is what we all came here for, is the service history. So this is pretty neat. All right. I do all my maintenance on my vehicles, so I want to make sure that Toyota has a record of this for my warranty information, and also if I want to sell my car, I have records of this, and it makes my car much more valuable to a prospective buyer, as well as if I want to trade in my car. This is something that the dealers can, you just say, hey, I got a car, you want to give me this much money for it, but it's worth a lot more because I have the maintenance records and I can show that everything's been done on this car. So as you'll see, you can see what I have logged in here. There's 3 pages of information. But what's really cool about this is that these are all self-reported maintenance things. Now, the other thing that can happen is that when the dealership does any work on your car, they enter the information into the same database. So for example, I had a rear axle seal looked at for my 4Runner, and it was 1,500 miles out of warranty. And when the service department opened this up, and I talked to them about this, potentially just being out of warranty by 1,500 miles, they came right back and said, you know, no one really does this kind of logging of the maintenance and everything. We can see that you take care of your car, and if there's anything wrong with the seal, we'll do whatever it takes to make sure it's covered under warranty. It just happens that I didn't need to have any work on it. It's not leaking. I have no idea what's all over my rim, but maybe a cat peed on it. But if you want to add maintenance, just hit add record, and you select when you did it, put the month in here. I'm just going to put a dummy record in here, and let's just say it's the 12th, and it's self-reported, and I have all these things that I can log. If it's something that I did other than what's on here, for example, I always put other here. I do oil change, and then I enter the information that I used OEM filters and what type of oil that I installed in the car. So the other thing that you can do is here, if you're not into your own maintenance, but you still want to keep these records because it is important, right? Maybe you have a really good shop in your area. You can hit third party, and you can provide the provider's name, the mileage, and again, the same information here. And then when you're done, you just hit add record. So this is really great. And the one thing that I want to make sure that you're aware of is don't trust anybody's database. Toyota could get rid of this tomorrow and you lose all your records. Who knows, they make a change and you can't access it anymore. So they have a really neat feature here where you can download all the records. So you hit this button, it brings up, drops a file into your downloads folder. If you click on it, you're going to see exactly what's going on. Here's the report. It's really nicely formatted, and you can see all the information on here. If it's dealer reported, they can see what I did on the car, and I can see what they did on the car. There's a couple of records in here where they replaced the roof rack on my car because it blew off in the wind. Like apparently that's a common issue on the 4Runner. But you see how that goes. That's I'll close this up here. The other thing that I wanted to show you is if you're one of the international viewers of my channel, if you go to Toyota's website in, for example, let's just say we live in Germany, and here's Toyota's German website. On here, you'll see here is this Konto means account. And if you click on here, you have your profile. You can log in here just like you do in the US version. And what I would assume this works for any country out there. You can log in your information and keep track of your records. The other thing that I wanted to show you was it looks like Honda has a very similar situation or database. So I'm on the Honda website, and you have to go down here to Honda Automobiles. And when you click on that, you'll see they have this owners tab, and under owners, they have my garage. And I'm assuming that this is the same type of thing. You can put your VIN number in here and you can track all your maintenance. If you do have a Honda and you follow this, my stuff, let me know in the comments whether or not this is the same for Honda, because it'd be really cool. I have no idea for General Motors, Ford, or Chrysler. I gave them a shot, used to have a Chevy, and it cost me more in maintenance and repairs in 1 year than I had in 10 years of owning a Honda. So that's your thing, great. But whatever you do, you want to make sure that you track your service. I actually double document my auto maintenance because I don't trust the Toyota database, and I can add things like pictures. So if you go to the Toyota database and enter your maintenance, I don't see an option to add any photographs, which would allow you to document receipts, the materials that you bought. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at my personal documentation for my car. So as you can see, I document the mileage, the date, and the receipts. I can click on these things. I can make them bigger. And you can see everything that I bought there. And you can see that it's the original packaging, Toyota oil filters, and my receipt. And also I photographed the mileage of the car. So if there's ever a question, we know exactly how many miles were on the car when it was done. And this also coordinates with the mileage that I put into the Toyota database. So there you go. I hope this helps. You know, a little bit anal about my stuff, but I plan to keep my car for 1 million miles and make 1 million videos as we do it. Thanks. Remember that thing I said earlier when I said I don't trust anything? Well, let me talk to you about the bug that I found. So I entered the VIN number for the new Prius that I got, new to me. It's a 2007. And really cool, if you go into service history, is I can look up anything that was done onto that car that was recorded into the Toyota database. This is really great. I wanted to download this and put it into my files. Check this out. You see how detailed all this information is? If I go here and hit download all, and then I open up this PDF, look what's missing. All of the details that are in the service records are missing. But if I do go here and I say I want to download just an individual record, in the individual record, it has all of the information in here. So this is a really great example of don't trust anything. What I would say is there's another way to print this out. If you just do a directly Command P or Control P and print it out, you should get all the records. So I'll show you if I do that here. It's generating a preview. It's going to include everything from the page. So this is one way to get it out. And of course, if you have a Mac, you can save it as a PDF. If you have a PC, I think you can do that now. I don't have one, so I don't know. But this is one thing that I found and you should be aware of when you're entering the stuff in the maintenance. Really cool is I can see everything from the previous owner and the mileage that it was recorded at. So I had a lot of questions about the car, whether or not the brake actuator was taken care of and transmission fluid and all that stuff. But I'm going to go through this with a great level of detail and see what else needs to be done on the car. But just wanted to give you a heads up, and like I always recommend, make your own records. Don't trust this, but this is a really good thing for your car, especially if your car is under warranty. You have these records. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got some information. If you like the channel, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.